Amid the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean, at coordinates that seem close enough to be reached yet far enough to arouse curiosity, lies a verdant jewel known as Inaccessible Island. As its name suggests, this island is a sanctuary cloaked in mystery, its secrets guarded by sheer cliffs and swirling ocean currents. Discovered in the early 19th century, it has seen the footprints of very few, remaining largely untouched by human alteration. This isolation, combined with unique environmental conditions, has turned Inaccessible Island into a living laboratory for scientists and a pivotal puzzle piece in understanding global biodiversity. Nestled in the Tristan da Cunha archipelago, roughly midway between South Africa and South America, Inaccessible Island rises abruptly from the sea, a shield volcano cloaked in emerald greenery. Its rugged terrain, formed by volcanic activity millions of years ago, challenges even the most daring explorers with its steep and often slippery slopes. The island's climate is a tenuous balance between the Southern Ocean's brisk Arctic breezes and the warm currents flowing north from the equator, creating a microcosm where unusual life forms flourish. The coastline of Inaccessible Island is a dramatic spectacle, with cliffs towering over 500 meters high, battered by the relentless waves of the Atlantic. Below, the sea teems with life as nutrient-rich currents bring a bounty from the deep, supporting an intricate food web that begins in these cold waters. Studying the island's geography not only provides insights into the natural processes that shape this remote outpost, but also showcases the sheer power and unpredictability of Earth's geological forces. The volcanic soil here is fertile yet challenging to traverse, a delicate substrate that supports a lush, albeit fragile, ecosystem. The flora of Inaccessible Island is a tapestry of green, interspersed with bright blooms and dense ferns. What makes the plant life here exceptionally fascinating is its high degree of endemism, species that are not found anywhere else in the world. These plants have adapted to the island's unique environment, evolving over centuries into forms perfectly suited to their isolated habitat. Among the myriad of species, the Inaccessible Island rail, a flightless bird, is often seen darting amongst the thick underbrush, illustrating a symbiotic relationship with the native vegetation. The island serves as a case study in evolutionary biology, demonstrating how isolation can lead to remarkable evolutionary outcomes. This botanical diversity is not merely a wonder for ecologists, but is crucial for maintaining the ecological balance of the island. Each plant species plays a role, from stabilizing the soil with their roots to providing nourishment and shelter for the island's fauna. Avian inhabitants the wings of Inaccessible Island. Inaccessible Island serves as a sanctuary for a multitude of bird species, some of which are unique to the island. The island's most famous avian resident is the Inaccessible Island rail, the world's smallest living flightless bird. This bird has adapted to a life on the ground, evolving in an environment devoid of terrestrial predators, a testament to the island's secluded nature. The skies and shores of Inaccessible Island are also frequented by various seabirds, including the spectacled petrel and the Tristan albatross, which nest on the island's loftier ledges. Observing these birds offers key insights into the health of the marine ecosystems surrounding the island. Their breeding patterns and population dynamics help scientists predict changes in the marine environment and, by extension, broader climate patterns. Protecting these birds is paramount, as their populations are vulnerable to external threats such as invasive species and climate change, making them critical indicators of environmental health. Historical footprints and human interactions. While largely uninhabited, Inaccessible Island holds traces of past human activity which are few but poignant. The island was discovered in 1652 by the Dutch ship Te Nachtglas. Throughout the centuries, it served as a temporary base for seal hunters, and shipwreck survivors sometimes found refuge on its shores. Today, these historical footprints become part of the narrative that appeals to both historians and ecologists. They shed light on how transient human presence has impacted the island and underscore the resilience of its ecosystems. Modern expeditions focus more on scientific research and conservation than on exploitation or habitation, reflecting a shift in human values towards these remote natural environments. This historical perspective enriches our understanding of Inaccessible Island, highlighting the complex relationship between humans and nature in remote parts of the world. Conservation efforts, safeguarding a pristine ecosystem. In recognition of its unique ecological value, Inaccessible Island has been designated as a World Heritage Site, reflecting a global commitment to its protection. Strict guidelines for access and activity on the island help ensure that its fragile habitats are preserved and that scientific research is conducted responsibly. Conservation efforts on the island are multifaceted, involving habitat restoration, invasive species control, and monitoring ecological health. These activities are critical in maintaining the island's biodiversity and ecological functions, serving as a bulwark against the encroaching challenges posed by climate change and human impact. As a beacon of conservation, Inaccessible Island stands not only as a sanctuary for its unique species, but also as a symbol of international cooperation in preserving our planet's precious natural heritage. In conclusion, Inaccessible Island, with its enigmatic geography, unique biodiversity and poignant historical episodes, provides not just a sanctuary for wildlife, but a touchstone for environmentalists, scientists, and world communities. It reminds us of the beauty and resilience of secluded parts of our world, the intricate ties between all living things, and the critical need for concerted conservation efforts. This island, seemingly distant and detached, is integral to our global ecological narrative, a hidden gem in the wild Atlantic that continues to inspire and intrigue.